What's up YouTube, Capital G here, checking out the brand new Foolish Burial card that just got revealed coming out of Chaos Impact. If you guys saw the other video that I had on this card that was live for about maybe 2 minutes, I did go ahead and delete that. I shot that video last night when we didn't know what the card did, and I scheduled it for upload. Right as I uploaded it, Konami wanted to troll and reveal the effect, and I was like, oh, I guess I don't need this video anymore. No point in speculating for 5 minutes what the card can do when we can just review the card. So that's what we're going to do. This is Soothing Burial, although the people on Reddit are calling it Peaceful Burial. I guess the name really doesn't matter all that much. Plus the TCG, they can change the name whatever they want. This is a normal trap that is a hard once per turn. It says send one monster from your deck to the graveyard, but you cannot activate cards or effects of cards with that same name for the rest of the turn. So basically, this is Foolish Burial. It is just a trap version of Foolish Burial, but actually kind of like worse because you can't activate that monster effect during that turn. So even if you're in the OCG and you have the pleasure of still being able to run something like Fairy Tale Snow at 3, this card will not allow you to summon the Fairy Tale Snow from your graveyard. I look at this card and I think, why the hell did they need to put that clause in there? Like, I totally get why you'd want to make a Foolish Burial that is a trap. Maybe give you some utility of a bunch of different monsters, maybe ones that can summon themselves during your opponent's turn, things like Dot Scrapper, or maybe even the new Orochi Snake from Rising Rampage. Like, that actually makes a lot of sense. And Burning Abyss, this could be basically a toolbox during your opponent's turn. Everything from Farfa to Graph and Seer summoning cards. Basically, it could kind of be like a pseudo Beatrice, but without you being able to activate those monsters' effects, it just feels like it's going to be pointless. I really feel like that honestly kills the card, let alone the fact that it is obviously a lot slower than the cards like Foolish Burial, Extra Foolish Burial, and then Foolish Burial Goods, because those are all spell cards. This has to be set on the field, then it has to be, set for a turn. You gotta activate it during your opponent's turn, and you can't even use that monster effect then. Feels like they really wanted this card to kind of be crappy but still be a foolish card. Honestly, I feel like there is only one deck that I can think of, maybe off the top of my head, where this card could actually shine, and that would actually be Paleo Frogs. So the thing about Paleo Frogs is they obviously want as many trap cards as they can, because every time you activate a trap, you could potentially be summoning a monster, a Paleo monster from your graveyard for free. So that obviously, it's kind of nice. But the second thing is, this is basically Swap Frog built into a card, because if you happen to send the ever important Ronin Toad into the graveyard, now it really doesn't matter that you can't summon Ronin Toad during that turn, because as long as you're doing it during your opponent's turn, during their end phase or something like that, it doesn't matter. You're not going to summon Ronin Toad during their turn anyway. So I kind of feel like in Paleo, this kind of sets up for some nice plays. Drop a Ronin Toad in from the graveyard, summon a Paleo monster, maybe summon Ronin Toad and back from your graveyard. Boom, you got a totally awesome. This card doesn't really feel like it's going to see any significant amounts of meta play like the other Foolish Burial cards, Goods, and the original Foolish Burial in particular. The only positive thing I can say outside of Paleo is at least this card will never get limited. That's what people are saying online, and I guess that also kind of puts a nail in the coffin of Foolish Burial ever going to like 2 or 3, because I feel like Konami would not have made a much worse version of Foolish Burial if they were just going to put the original at 2 or 3. I really feel like they killed this card, man. This card could have been pretty decent had you been able to activate those monster effects, but Konami wanting to be a little too overzealous. Anyways, whatever you guys think of Soothing Burial, aka Peaceful Burial, leave it in the comment section below. If there are some other decks that you guys can think of where this card would actually work nicely, leave that in the comment section below too, because I'm interested in hearing that. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.